The Police Bus Association is going on strike. They say that if GOB doesn't reinstate their fuel subsidy, they're parking their buses on Monday. And did your electricity bill go up? Consumers say they'll now have to pay triple and even quadruple the amount they usually do following BEL's new billing system. You'll hear from them. Also, Belizean and Mexican artists join forces in a new art exhibit, and we'll take you there. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Thursday, August 20th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Crank.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Life sounds better with JBL. Whether you're relaxing, working out, or getting the party started, there is a JBL speaker or headphone made just for you. Enjoy powerful JBL pure bass sound with the new JBL Tune 530BT and Tune 730BT. Wireless headphones, delivering all-day comfort and long-lasting battery life. Take your music anywhere with the compact, mighty JBL Go 5. Built to keep the beats going. Ready to party? Turn every gathering into an unforgettable experience with the JBL Party Box on the go. Essentials too, or go even bigger with the all-new JBL Party Box 330, packed with booming sound, dynamic light show, and endless entertainment. Get yours today at Cellular World and get a 1-year warranty from the authorized JBL distributor.
Europe.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shirley Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Crank.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Altoona is one of the most visited Mayan city up until lately. The adjacent communities have collaborated together to see how they can get a space here that the wood carvers could actually market and sell their product. Not having the POS machine in the past, we have lost a lot of sales. Atlantic Bank helped supported our business, giving us the opportunity to get the POS machine. Now with the POS machine, we are able to do more sales, and that will, also bring more, finance to our families.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss. Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
As a sheetrock installer for decor construction, I know the job is only as good as the materials I use. Using inferior products can lead to more waste, weak core integrity, sagging, and more time fixing the problem instead of finishing the job right. And that's why I trust USG Drywall, Plysem, and Best Screws from Venice, because quality is savings.
Quality is savings at Benny's. Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
If you're planning to commute to work on public transportation on Monday, there's a chance that you may not be able to catch your bus. And that's because the Belize Bus Association has written to the Prime Minister to announce that they will not be able to provide bus services starting on Monday, August 24th. Now, you'll remember back in April when the BBA blocked the road at Tower Hill Bridge in Orange Walk. Well, after some negotiations, they ultimately cleared the road after being promised a 3-month fuel subsidy and a slight fare adjustment. Well, those 3 months were up on the 4th of August, which means so is the subsidy. According to BBA's letter, they tried preempting this in a formal letter to the Ministry of Transport dated July 15th. After they received no response, they then wrote to the PM on August 5th. Well, it's been 15 days since that last letter, and they say GOB has still not provided a solution. Still, they said that operators continued to absorb what they call the unsustainable cost of diesel in good faith. However, now they say it's reached a breaking point for the second time and they are forced to park their buses. The letter ended by saying they remain ready and willing to meet with the government to immediately work towards a reinstatement of the subsidy retroactively that would allow services to continue without interruption. And late this evening, we spoke to the CEO in the Ministry of Transport about the potential strike. He didn't say much, however, because according to him, it's a matter that the cabinet will be discussing next week. He spoke with us via Zoom.
The matter in respect to the Belize Bus Association is going to be dealt with by cabinet. This afternoon, I responded to the letter that they had wrote, explaining to them that our ministry will be tabling a cabinet paper at the next cabinet meeting, at which time the cabinet is going to deliberate on that matter. We'll just wait and see if come Monday they will do as they have said in the letter.
But they also said that they had written to the Ministry of Transport before they got the PM involved. They wrote to the Ministry of Transport, I think July 15th, and they didn't receive an answer.
Like I said, I have replied to the letter this afternoon and had explained to them what the position is.
When we reached out to the BBA, they told us they would be hosting a press briefing next week. And gas pain isn't the only thing Belizeans are feeling. This morning, when consumers checked their electricity bill, they certainly felt that ache in their chest as well. Yesterday, we told you that BEL would be implementing a 1.5 cent per kilowatt hour cost of power adjustment this month. And when Belizeans opened their BEL app today, well, They were alarmed to see that the number on their bills had tripled and even quadrupled from last month. Courtney Menzies spoke with two of these consumers and has this story.
Facebook saw a flood of angry comments after consumers saw a spike in their electricity bills. Some report seeing 3 or 4 times the amount they usually pay. In this poll we posted, almost 1,000 people voted that they saw a significant increase, whereas less than 60 said they didn't notice a change. In the comment section, one person reported that her bill went from $50 to $150. Others took to posting their bills on Facebook. This user was alarmed when he saw a $2,000 bill. For one consumer, she has been out of the country since early July, but when she got her latest bill, it hadn't even budged.
This is a bill that I would normally get if I had been home for the entire month. Now, I do go off sometimes like 6 weeks at a time. And those bills, comparably with the same setup, I plug out things that I'm not using, $42, $30-something, and now it's $84. Like, that's ridiculous.
Another consumer told us his bill rose 4 times what it was last month.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's due to the 1.5, but my bill from last month to this month has a significant 4 times increase. Last month it was $91, and now it's $390. That's a 4 times increase, and I don't see nothing changed in my house since I'm moving to now. So I don't say, oh, you jumped so much.
How much people live there?
Currently only me and my brother.
So 2 people and a $400 bill.
Yep, and previously I lived the house, me, my sister, and her daughters, and the bill, most of my bill ever come up to, they're like $200.
Williams added that she doesn't buy BEL's explanation that the cost must increase because they have been paying more for electricity. She also inquired about the bills that BEL is racking up.
I think being the sole provider of something affords you some concessions in the sense that you're not competing against anyone. All the proceeds go to you. You're a huge multi-million-dollar company, and you're telling me that you can't cover the excess cost. You can't cover it, but we, who know to make them millions, supposed to cover it for you. That is ridiculous. At that point, it's very much giving big corporations not caring about the people who are already taking the hits. Because it's not just our electricity bills we're going to have to supplement. We're going to have to supplement every other provider's electricity bill. The person at the store who manufactured this, everybody will put that cost on who? The consumer. And at that point, how can we really survive? We could barely buy gas. I think there was an interview the other day when someone said that it takes 3 hours to make 1 gallon of gas with someone making minimum wage. So how much can the consumer really take if everybody is passing the cost down to us? When I hear BL starting to complain about, oh, we need to do this or we need to do that, and I drive past their headquarters and all the lights are on, you don't take your lights off, but you want me to cut my lights off? In your secure building, you leave the lights on. Some of us who live on the south side, we don't have that luxury of just cutting off every single light. We need to see who to jump over our fence. And also, are we not looking at all BL does internally? They're into like how much they spend on whatever. But you're telling me that I need to cut back. But you as a company haven't cut back. I'm very delighted to see what the BL Christmas party is going to look like this year.
So what do they do now? Well, both consumers say it's getting harder to afford the usual necessities.
It's not just, as you mentioned, it's not just the electricity bill. For instance, we have dogs. So every month I have to buy food for the dogs. It started off $60 a sack. Then it went $75 a sack. Before I left Belize, of course, I have to make sure the dogs have food. I got a bill for $120-something for the same sack of dog food. So not even the dogs we could afford to feed Ocha if inflation continues like this.
I don't know what else I could do about it because BEL had a press conference and I believe they said that it's not an increase in the price, it's your mine. So I don't know what else I could do.
How are you able to cover this bill, or how do you plan to, get the finances, the resources to cover this bill?
I just have to sacrifice, so I have to pay it. Need me light.
As we reported, the 1.5 cent adjustment is subject to review every month by the PUC, and while it can decrease, it cannot exceed that amount. After the break, we'll take you to the 2-decade-old meat shop that was shut down today. City Council claims it's due to their unpaid trade license, but the owner believes it's connected to the most recent murder. You'll hear from him. And yesterday we showed you how basic baby supply costs And today, we'll take you to the streets to hear from the parents. These stories and more when we come back.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them, it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there, we went into the culinary experience with the different Mayan cultures. We have the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank does make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Europe.
These charter mints aren't
We're
coming
navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Culsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
If you're tired of the baking in your house with daily cook wawa fan and finally realize that the time to get yourself a good, durable, reliable fan, contact Maya's panel website or social media. Maya's going to hook you up with one of their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan where might could even change your life as they keep you cool in this hot Belizean weather. Yes man, because their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's not just could blow your lip back way, they might could blow away your mind if you say blow away the toxic konomono out of your life and the bad vibes out of your house. Order your 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's website or on their social media, and Maya's going to ship out your fan anywhere countrywide ASAP. Not believe me? Visit mayaselectronics.bz right now to order your fan today.
One moment, everything is perfect. But life can change in an instant. When the unexpected happens, being insured with ICB changes everything. ICB is here to guide you every step of the way. Life happens fast. Protect yourself with the Insurance Corporation of Belize. For more information, call 224-5328 or 224-5329 or visit icbinsurance.com.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, a market vendor of over 20 years is facing the risk of being shut down. Aaron Castillo of Jun's Meat Shop, located at the Michael Finnegan Market, found both his meat shop and grocery store with new locks, making them both inaccessible to him. This came only 3 days after the murder of his worker Tyrell Robinson inside the meat shop. The stores were closed by the city council, whose explanation was that Castillo owed trade license fees. But, according to Castillo, they have an arrangement through the court dictating how payments should be made. Here's what he explained to us today.
What they don't know, they close me down because they say about the trade license. But I got agreement to them that I pay my trade license, you know. And they still come and lock me down with no reason, you know, and I not see it fair enough for me, then just gonna lock me down and I meet payment still.
Do you think this has anything to do with the murder that occurred here?
Well, I don't know if they use that for an excuse or try to take me out faster from the market because then they try to do this whole of this year and then they send me letters or try to make I come out. But they find my way through because I did a long time. So you know, fear that they want to take me out from my spot for the other people. Because I did over 20 years. The agreement was they may want to take me out because they trade license, but I tell them I know if they could make me work out something, make I go to pay by piece till the bill go wrong. Because I got the two shop. One of the shop then for 5,000 change, you can do arrears, carry it up. And this shop I got for 2,000 change. I leave it the money where you know where we talk about. I spend bigger money on that thing at this market. Over there, that may just a little small place. I take up money and build that place over there. I spend big money. Then you know, and then they still take out so much money in arrears over there for they chance me and I never say nothing. When I talk to them, then they hide something. Because I tell them if I pay in full, you know, the trade license, I could reopen back. They say no. They don't accept my money no more. Then I said, so that means something there behind this. So I don't want to know. Now they want to make I come out from here. Jones are from way back from my old man days. So Jones are from the old time market when they're here, we are from way then. You know, we never have this problem, you know, but everybody got to leave up and down, you know. So things happen, but no means that we will give up and try to fight life and try to stand up back.
Is there any reason why you were unable to make the payments, the initial one?
Well, I never made it for a couple of years. I gone out and I left people in charge. And then it looked like they never made do the payments to time. So when I come back, I meet bills. So I talk to them that the way how when I come back, things never done like before, like when I made it. No idea, no, then they pressure me for come out.
Castillo inherited the business from his father. Police are investigating an armed burglary at the Puma gas station on the Philip Golson Highway in Belize City early this morning. When officers arrived on scene, they met security guard Marco Ortiz, who told them that sometime around 2:45, while he was sitting in front of the gas station, he was suddenly approached from the eastern side of the building by 6 men, all reportedly armed with firearms. The men allegedly grabbed Ortiz and took him to the rear of the building, where one of the men stayed with him while the others headed back towards the front. Ortiz was reportedly robbed of a cell phone and his wallet. Police say the men also forced their way into the station's office by prying open the door. Inside, they reportedly destroyed a safe and stole approximately $30,000 in cash. The money had been secured in the safe because the station had been unable to make its daily deposit the previous day. A Heritage Bank ATM at the location was also damaged, although police say it does not appear to have been breached. The scene was processed and investigators reviewed footage from the station's camera room, which captured a black SUV in the area. The investigation remains ongoing. The bus terminal unit will soon be transitioning from the Ministry of Transport to the National Bus Company. But what does this mean for your employees? Well, today the CEO held a meeting with them and the president of the PSU to outline their options. He spoke to us about it via Zoom.
Meeting went well, I must say, and I want to take the opportunity to thank Mr. Flores, Dean, the president of the PSU, to have been present. His presence and input into the meeting was very much appreciated. Basically, we met with the terminal staff and explained to them the process that we're going through, which is the transition, and what are the options available to them, and make having them understand that whatever option is chosen by them, that we will do as best as we can to ensure that whatever entitlement they may have by law, that those entitlements are going to be adhered to. And that's the most important thing. We do not want any of the staff to feel like they are going to be disenfranchised of whatever benefit that they may be entitled to. But rather that we will do all we can to make sure that they get what is deserving of them. As you would know, that the fact that the terminals are now being administered by the NBC, the positions that they currently hold within the government services is becoming redundant, and the law do makes provision in terms of how redundancy in the public service is supposed to be dealt with. So we're ensuring that we abide by the law as we go through this process. Certainly, some of them might not want to exercise either option of working with the NBC or with the government and may choose to go home. Some might choose early retirement because I do have a few of them who meet the criteria for early retirement. They might choose that option. And again, the important thing is to make sure that whatever option they choose, that they get what is entitled to them by law.
And what's the timeline for this transition to happen?
Well, we ended up the meeting with the president of the PSU agreeing that he is going to meet with them separately, where he can get their concerns. And as you would know, the law also requires that the union rep of the employees should be able to bargain on their behalf. So he's going to meet with them at a date to be decided by him. And they will have the discussion, and then they're going to present a package to the government in terms of the bargaining that they would so wish in terms of exit packages.
Yesterday, we tried to find the answer to the question, can a minimum wage salary afford the basic needs of a baby? We went shopping and came back with $186 worth of what we considered necessities. But numbers on a receipt only tell part of the story. And today, we took that receipt to the streets to speak to the parents. Jaleesa Roberts is back with part 2 of this story.
Yesterday, we went shopping for baby supplies, and today, we're shopping for opinions. We took the same $186.43 receipt from our newsroom grocery run and brought it to the streets, because behind every dollar spent on diapers or formula is a parent trying to figure out what gets paid first. And the answers were different. But there was one thing they all agreed on, and that's that raising a child is expensive, and a minimum wage paycheck doesn't stretch that far. For perspective, Belize's minimum wage is $5 an hour at 45 hours a week. That's about $225 before deductions. But what the $86.43 bill reflected was over 37 hours of someone's life given to work. So this is what the streets had to say about the cost of living.
Back then, things were far way different than now. Because right now, to raise kids, you can't do unaffordable. And like bill raise again, costs are living really high. So I don't know what we are doing now because everything skyrocket.
How many kids do you have?
12.
Would you have 12 kids if you may have kids in this day and age?
No. I need me I got one.
Why?
Because I live in skyrocket, and as you go to car, so you have to pay for everything. The low pampers back then we was using nappy and plastic panty. Now that pampers, but like I tell you, cost of living high in a hole. You could afford to picnic back then, but now you can't afford. Can milk everything. I don't know.
Well, I don't have weekly expenses because you buy every month, right? And you try buying a bulk, so you don't feel it as much.
But when it comes to how much you spend a month, around what you look at?
Well, the Pampers are $100 and add for the case, and then milk the $37 to the can. If you buy the cheapest milk, if you buy the expensive one, that's 70. I'd sort of times that by 4.
How much thinner milk your child run through for the month?
4.
How are you able to afford it?
It really hard and inflation crazy. It really hard. Like you're afraid for anything happen or things. What if the milk run out or something like that? It really hard.
Cost of living too high. And me, I got no picnic.
When I go to the shop, everything raised up. So I say, no, make no sense now.
So would you still have a child now in this day and age?
No.
How many kids do you have?
3.
How old are your kids?
30, 16, and 17.
If you were just supposed to be starting out your life and starting to have children, would you still have 3 kids?
No.
Why?
Because the cost of living compared from then to now is very, very high. So I would consider it even if it's only 1 or 2.
What do you think about the baby items now that you're seeing on the shelves now?
Woo. Infant only used to cost like $9.95 back then, and now I don't know the price, but I know it's expensive, much more expensive. I would make that choice if I would be starting right now to make, my family. I think I would settle for 1, because for years from now we don't know where we will be.
For some families, surviving the month isn't about whether they can afford everything. It's about deciding which would need to wait. The wipes can run out, the brand can change, the shopping list can get smaller, but the baby's needs don't change. Talisa Roberts, 7 News.
Tomorrow we'll take you back to the streets to find out whether a minimum wage salary can afford to send a child to school. Belize has not had an ambassador to the U.S. since January 2025 when Michelle Kwan departed office. Following her, David Hudge took over as Chargé d'Affaires from January to August 2025. Catherine Beamer then replaced him up until July 2026 when Rhonda Slusher assumed duties. But today, the U.S. Embassy announced that Andre Bauer has been sworn in as the new U.S. ambassador to Belize. According to their statement, Bauer is the former South Carolina legislator and 2-term lieutenant governor, and he, quote, brings a deep commitment to public service, entrepreneurship, and American values to his new role in advancing administration priorities, end quote. When we return, we'll hear from the 2026 Miss Black International Ambassador, our very own Miriam Abdul-Kawe, on her big win. And the real estate sector is making big moves with the merger of 2 associations to provide better service for its members and its clients. You'll hear from both presidents. Stay tuned.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
This week we've told you about the spectacle of this year's Miss Universe Belize pageant and the fallout afterwards. But you haven't heard from the winner, Kaylee Rose West. In less than 3 months, she will be representing us on the international stage in Puerto Rico with the other 130-plus delegates. West was on Sun Up on 7 this morning, and she gave us the details on her preparation for the Miss Universe pageant and where she will be training. Here's what she told us.
Planning is going great, honestly, but it's been a great process getting to know our organization as well as departing from the girls because I drew a very close connection with them. I love to say I grew 7 more sisters in the bond. Through the whole pageant course, we all still keep in touch. Those are my girls. Honestly, I love them. And then just the process, it's been getting ready to go to El Salvador. I'll actually be leaving the 25th. So next week,
right there.
Yes, to start preparation and training, which I'm super excited about because, as you guys know, your girls used to basketball shoes.
Yes, so we're in the heels. We're going to be doing that.
But I've been shocking myself because I'm getting more used to, like, for now, the smaller heels feel like flip-flops to me.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so it's little steps of growth. And I'm like, okay.
And how high are the heels normally supposed to be?
About 6 inches.
How long will you be there?
I will be there for around 2.5 weeks, and then I'll come back to Belize, because we have September celebrations coming up.
All right.
Okay. Yes. And then just basically out there is just the main focus going to be getting ready for Miss Universe, being able to get comfortable on their stage, and then being comfortable overall.
The pageant will be held on November 24th. But before West was announced the winner, there were slip-ups and blunders with the backdrop, the top 5 segment, and a question and answer portion. The MUB organization came out to point the finger at the Belizean organizers, saying that they were in charge. That includes the national director, Destiny Wagner, who announced her resignation last night. In a Facebook post, she stated, quote, "I accepted this role with genuine intentions. I have already addressed what occurred at the pageant. However, in the aftermath of that, the communication and leadership that followed has caused me to reflect deeply on whether this organization and I share the same values when it comes to accountability, teamwork, communication, and responsibility. I believe leadership means standing together when things go wrong, not placing responsibility on one team while overlooking the collective circumstances that contributed to the outcome," end quote. There have been no indications so far of when a new national director will be chosen. And while the Miss Universe Belize scandal have overshadowed the pageant season, as we told you, Belize took home the crown for Miss Black International. But Miriam Abdul-Kawe didn't just take home the crown. She was also awarded in 6 other categories in the pageant. This morning we caught up with her as she spoke to us about her new role and the steps it takes to get there. Jo Marie Lanza has this story.
It's the first time the Miss Black International pageant was hosted in Belize. And we made history on Saturday night when our Belize delegate took home the crown and also most of the prize categories. Miriam Abdul-Kawe was crowned Miss Black International Ambassador 2026, and when we met with her this morning for an official interview, she gave us more details on the background of the pageant itself and the mental health platform she chose to promote as part of her community work.
Miss Black International Ambassador is a pageant and an organization that is in partnership with the Swade Foundation. That's a nonprofit in the United States. So what they do is basically celebrate global change makers, community leaders, and people who are working to uplift and build their community. So my platform is managing mental health, using mindfulness techniques, making mental health more accessible through breathing techniques, and training the mind, body, and breath on how to respond in high intense situations or dealing with anxiety, depression, things like that. So I have the classes that I do where I teach free yoga sessions every week. I've been doing that for years. But I also provide self-esteem building and mental health care for pageant girlies because I know what that's like. So I make sure to free of charge, I provide that for them so that they can come to me as a resource to help them manage the stress and the anxiety that going up for a pageant can do to someone.
But the night was much more than just glitz and glamour. Behind the stage, Abdul Kawai says that the show's production was intense and fast-paced as they moved into different segments. She shared her backstage experience leading up to her crowning.
So pageant night was extremely grueling. It was very fast paced. I feel like we didn't have time to breathe or think. Like it was like change out of one costume to switch into another. So it went very fast. That's what it felt like to me. And also it just felt like we were doing another rehearsal, but this time in front of an audience because we had rehearsed all week. And so pageant night was extremely busy and extremely grueling until the moment of the crowning, which I was completely shocked and surprised by how many of the special prizes that I won. I made sure that I put my best foot forward. I always believe in Belize and believe that we have some of the best things to offer in the world. And if I can be a conduit of that to showcase Belize as being one of the best, and I will give not just 100 or 1,000%, I'll give infinite percent to make sure that Belize stands out. And so I just worked really hard and it paid off because I won 7 special prizes out of most of the segments. And so the crowning moment, by the time I had won all those special prizes, by the end, it was kind of like everyone expected that I would have been crowned, but I was still very much in shock at all the different segments that I was able to impress the judges. So I just felt very grateful. I was still very tired and hungry at the same time, but I was very, very grateful.
Abdul Kawi will be traveling to Ghana next year to crown the next Miss Black International Ambassador. Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
The pageant was hosted in Belize for the first time. The Association of Real Estate Brokers of Belize and the Belize National Association of Real Estate have joined forces to become the Belize Real Estate Association. Its objective is to raise the standard of the real estate industry by establishing and enforcing new regulations. Both presidents of the respective associations spoke to us via Zoom about what can be expected from this merger.
The reason for the merger really is that we felt we needed to have one voice in the industry. We needed to have better economies of scale to be able to bring our resources together so that we could have a louder voice with more people under one roof. As you know, real estate is where Belizeans store their value, that we don't have a stock market. So most people that have any wealth is held in property, whether it's inherited, whether they bought it. And property is bought and sold all the time, not only among Belizeans, but with foreigners. And a lot of scandals that you have heard may have emanated from real estate transactions. So we felt that it's important for us to bring order in the industry, including bringing rules, regulations, training, advocacy, all the things that are needed so that people can have confidence in the industry and so that the exchange of that value is done in a way where people's assets are well preserved, where their transactions are above board, where people can trust that what it is that they're buying is what they're getting, and that the paperwork and all the other facets of that transaction are valid so that we don't have problems in the future once the transactions are completed. In my mind, it's also a broadening of the industry. Rather than it only be people that are buying and selling real estate as brokers, I think there's room for us to bring other practitioners into the mix. For instance, there's a lot of players within the industry that are not represented. You have people that are land agents that go to the lands department to process documents. You have appraisers, you have auctioneers, you have attorneys. There's a huge extended industry that depends on real estate.
What we're building through BREA is bigger than the merger of the two organizations. It's an opportunity for Belize's real estate professionals to establish a shared direction for the industry. BNAR and Arab each brought valuable experience and relationships and perspectives to the table. By coming together, we can now concentrate those strengths within one national association that is better equipped to serve its members and engage with government and to build public confidence. Success will not be measured simply by having a new named or larger membership list. It will be measured by what BRIA delivers, whether it be professional expectations, education, stronger representation, and useful resources for practitioners.
BRIA's first annual general meeting is scheduled for November of this year, during which the members will elect the first board of directors. The Bliss Center for Performing Arts is hosting a crossover art exhibition between local and Mexican artists. The exhibition opened today, featuring an array of artworks, portraits, landscapes, and even abstract paintings. Marie Lanza was at the event, and here's her report.
A cascade of colors and a room filled with art where two worlds collided. It's the Belize Mex exhibition featuring paintings made by Belizeans and Mexicans. The event featured 37 artists, 7 of those from Merida, Yucatan, and 30 Belizeans. The curator for the exhibition, Terrell Godoy, told us that there was no specific theme for the showcase, so there was a little bit of everything on display.
We have displayed with the Mexicans before in Merida, and we have built a relationship with them through some of our other local artists as Fred Trejo and Marcos Manzanaro in Cayo. And they took us to Mexico. So we displayed with them in Merida. And Betty Country from Merida, we have become very close and have everyday chatting on social media. So we decided that we're going to have this exhibition in Belize, and we wanted to invite them to be a part of the show since they have invited us to be in Merida to display with them. These artists come from different, everyone have their own topic. And so we have birds, we have wildlife, we have, it's a wide variety of, we have wood construction, buildings and houses and sea landscape, fauna, everything goes. You could look for abstract, everything is here.
We got to meet Mexican artist B. Brown, whose work ranges from wildlife to portraits. She says she has been painting for over 20 years now.
Soy Beatriz Brown del Rivero, yo firmo como B. Brown. Tengo ya pues más de 20 años en esto. Ha sido un proceso muy largo y bastante difícil a veces, pero pues ahí vamos, exponiendo, pintando y trabajando en algo que a mí me gusta, me apasiona. Realmente para mí la pintura es algo que adoro. Básicamente trabajo mucho la figura humana, tanto retrato como el cuerpo humano. A mí me gusta mucho también los atardeceres, entonces a veces combino las dos cosas, una figura con un atardecer, muchas marinas, porque pues obviamente vivimos cerca del mar, es algo que estamos viendo constantemente y el cielo es una maravilla. Y trato de plasmar todos los colores y toda esa belleza de todos los días.
And from San Pedro, the colorful Melody Sanchez-Wolf featured works inspired by her relationship with her daughter.
So this painting is a dedication to my daughter. She has autism and she's currently nonverbal. And I actually didn't know where I was going with this painting. So I had started the background and it was going to be a waterfall. And then we were out on a boat one day and I saw these dolphins jumping. So I decided that I was going to paint them into my painting because it was a dolphin, a mama dolphin and a baby dolphin. And it kind of just gave me a lot of hope that my daughter has a brighter future.
The exhibition will be open to the public for 1 week. Jomari Lanza, 7 News.
And finally, with a focus on advancing digital skills development, the Ministry of E-Governance has donated a VEX V5 classroom super robotics kit to the University of Belize. The donation, which was made Tuesday, was in support of UB's Jaguar Tech Studio, an initiative dedicated to advancing student learning and innovation in robotics and technology. In a press release issued by the Ministry of E-Governance, they detail that the VEX V5 Classroom Super Kit is a comprehensive educational robotics platform featuring more than 1,500 components, including a robot brain, controller, smart motors, a rechargeable battery and charger, sensors, and a wide range of structural and mechanical parts. The ministry also promised to donate robotics kits to other schools across the country. That's all we have for you for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can access a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook or YouTube pages. Have a great evening. Join Miriam Abdul-Kawe here tomorrow, and I'll be back on Monday. So until then, have a great one.